Hey everybody, it's John from Slots, Iowa. So, headed home just between Marshalltown and Des Moines, and I was down in Leon, Iowa today. And for those of you that know where I live, it's not anywhere near where I live. It's about 3 hours away. But I had sold a slot machine to a couple. They got it home, it didn't work, and when my slot machines don't work, I fix them. I don't care where they're at. So went down there, got it fixed. What it turned out to be was there's what's called a stepper chip. That's what controls how the game plays, and I put the wrong stepper chip on the board and put the wrong board in the machine, and it didn't work. So went down, worked on that, got it working. Great couple. Appreciate their business. So anyway, headed back north on I-35 because they live just about 7 miles north of the Missouri border, and traveling along, and lo and behold, there's the Lakeside Casino. And I've never been there before. I was going to go a few months ago when the guys from Let's Talk Slots YouTube channel were appearing there, and I was going to go and meet them and along with Slot Farmer, but I had lost my butt the week before at a casino, so I didn't have any money to go, so I didn't go. But I get there, and it's interesting because it's a building, but the building sits on water. And for those of you that know anything about the history of gambling in Iowa, originally, when casinos were granted licenses, they had to be on water. So that meant riverboats. Well, then they figured out a technicality in the law that said that even if it wasn't a boat, as long as it sat on a body of water, was built over a body of water, that they could be a casino, they could exist. So I'm assuming that's what happened with this one. I know years ago it was called Terrible's. Now it's called Lakeside. And so interesting, you walk on, you actually walk across, almost like an enclosed bridge area that goes across the water and into the building. Now once you get in the building, it's certainly not a boat, but it did kind of remind me of Marquette, the Marquette boat that just recently moved into a land-based casino. So anyway, I digress. Get there, play some slots, and start playing a game called Ticket to Ride. And if any of you have ever seen my channel, you've seen me play it. I've had some pretty good success on it. And I was playing the game, and I hit a bonus. There's a red, green, and blue bonus, and I think I hit the red and green, and eventually the blue came along. But as I was playing, a nice young gentleman came over and asked me if I had a YouTube channel, and I said yes, at Slots Iowa. And he was pretty excited because he said he watches my channel and he all the time, and he sees me. And for me, I got this tiny little channel, Slots Iowa, and I certainly don't think of myself as any kind of a celebrity. I'm just a guy that puts slot play on YouTube. But as I was talking to him, and his name's Kane. Hey Kane, hopefully he sees this. I got to thinking about the people that work at casinos, and if it wasn't for them, the place would be filthy. Now, Kane is an employee that cleans casinos, so he makes sure that the ashtrays are emptied and cleaned, and the machines are wiped down when they get dirty. If you spill a soda or a beer on the machine, he takes care of that. I'm sure he cleans up the carpet when it gets stained, and he's just one of these guys that does a great job so that you and I can enjoy ourselves when we're gambling. And it's not just the cleaning crew. It's the people that make sure that you have food to eat. It's the people that make sure that when the slot machine breaks down, that they fix it so that you can play it. It's the slot techs and that come along when you hit a jackpot, and they pay you out your ham pay. Excuse me. And how about the guys and gals that do the maintenance work so that you can have air conditioning and heat, and that the toilets work, and the people that make sure that the toilets are clean? How about the people that make sure that you have free play, the marketing people? So, you know, a lot of times we don't think about how those companies operate. And I'm here to tell you that probably most of them don't make a huge amount of money, but they're dedicated to their work. They do a great job. And I just want us as people who gamble and go to the casinos to appreciate the jobs that they do. And so the next time that you're there, please say to them, thank you for what you do. Excuse me. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for making this a great place to be. And I appreciate the job that you do. And, you know, if you hit a jackpot, you know, I'm always of the belief, and I don't have very many jackpots, but I'm always of the belief that you should tip the person that brings you the money. And I think in most places, those tips go into a community jar, and then at the end of the night, they're distributed evenly amongst the employees. So, Kane, you're great. Thank you. Thank you for recognizing me and talking to me. I always appreciate that when people come up to me. I was up at Marquette here a couple months ago at their grand opening, and I was playing a machine, and a gal sitting next to me said, "Are you recording for a YouTube channel?" And I said, "Yeah, Slots, Iowa." And the gal sitting next on the other side of me said, "I recognize your voice." So, and you know what? If you do recognize my voice, if you do watch my channel, please subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And if you like what I put out there, please click the like button. And if you really like it, please share it, because that helps out with my YouTube algorithms, I guess. So, hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate you supporting my channel. And remember, I'm always rooting for you. And I will talk to you the next time. Have a great night. Bye.